The volley is one of the most fun shots in pickleball. You do all the work to get a position at the kitchen line, and then you get rewarded with a high ball. You get to attack it out of the air and either put pressure on your opponents or hit a clean winner. One of the least fun things is to get that kind of control and force an error with a great dink and then botch the volley. So let's dive into the basic techniques and strategies that make your volley the weapon it should be. When volleying, of course, it's important to have your paddle in good ready position. Think of your paddle as your shield. You wouldn't carry your shield like this or like this. You're going to have it up here and ready for when that ball comes at you. So when you're going to the backhand on the volley, you're going to want to get that paddle square. Right now it's facing this direction. So I'm going to have to turn my shoulder slightly and bow my wrist slightly. So now you can see my paddle perfectly squared to you. I can punch at you. If I want to punch that direction, I turn a bit more and punch, punch. With the forehand, the tendency a lot of times is that we'll turn and then that paddle will go back with us back here. There's no way I can see contact with the ball and the paddle back here. I've got to push that paddle forward and volley up here. I want to hit my volleys in front of the kitchen line. When you're up here in front of your body, then you're able to really control the pace of the ball and aim it perfectly. And one other important thing too is when you're volleying from in front of you, you're going to find that you're able to get right back in ready position. So when that ball comes back quickly, you're ready for the next one. Pop, back, pop, back.
Sometimes when both players are at the kitchen, the ball's coming fast and furious. You may not have time to be in textbook position, but you can strive to keep your paddle out in front of your body and drive the ball low and forcefully. If possible, you want to move the other player around, as my opponent is doing to me here. By using controlled movement, I'm able to handle balls hit low, high, wide, and down the middle until I finally get a ball I can put away.
There's a relative of the volley that I call the volley pop. It's somewhat of a hybrid between a volley and an overhead. Anytime you get a ball that's up in this area, say from this height up to this height, I mean, you're going to get quite a few of these when you play. You want to put that away with a minimum of backswing and a maximum of power. So what we're going to do is we're going to present that paddle up here in front of us. I'm going to bring my left hand up and point. When I point, it turns my shoulders slightly, and now my paddle is right here where I can see it. I can make really good sharp contact. I can just pop that ball. And again, you can just drive that through the court. If your opponents are deep, you can drive it back at their feet. If they're up front, if you get a ball high enough, you can drive it down at their feet. What you don't want to do is jackknife. You don't want to do this with your body. You want to get through the ball. So even if that ball comes a little bit to the side, you're not going to get every ball right here. You do what I call the step slide. So if that ball comes over here to my backhand, I step, slide my foot, and now that paddle is still in front of my chest so I can pop it. Same thing with the forehand. Step, slide, pop. It's important to keep your feet active when you're volleying too. Not too active, but enough so that your paddle stays in front of your chest so you can really pop that ball from a position of power, like a punch. The volley pop's a heck of a lot of fun. Even on low balls, it comes a little bit lower to you. You hit that button on the elevator, just drop on down, and here you are with a much more powerful shot than trying to do something like this perhaps. So put this volley pop into your game, you're going to find you can put away balls much easier than you ever did before with a lot less mistakes.
When your opponent drives the ball at you from the baseline, you have time to step slide and punch the volley deep in the court. There's no need to fear the baseline banger. Keep them back with compact, aggressive punch volleys. You need to develop an aggressive mindset at the kitchen. Your first thought should be, give me the ball. My associate, Cabo, has mastered this mindset as you see here. When you receive a ball at waist level or above at the kitchen, it's not dink time, it's go time. When you're in the dink game, the volley pop is a great way to punish a dink that floats a bit high. When you stay low, not only are you in perfect dinking position, you're also ready to pounce on an error with a compact stroke down the middle that's almost impossible to return.
The volley game is a lot of fun when you can keep your opponent back in the court or overpower and outplay them up at the kitchen line. Putting away high balls with controlled power. A volley winner is a great reward for getting up in the court or outdinking your opponent and getting a pop-up. So remember, when you're volleying well, you're going to be able to put away a lot of shots, hit a lot of winners, and just have a heck of a good time playing pickleball. That's the key to dominance at the net.